Boom! Welcome everybody to the Sausage Boys podcast. This is your host. I go by the name of the South Coast Poster Child, aka the mannequin from Newtown. Some people call me the corporate cowboy, Jackson Grant. Woo! And the man on the ones and twos, you know him and you love him. He goes by the name of the Terry Crews of Sydney, aka the Steamroller. Karim Diallo.
Folks, I just realised that was a lot further away than I'd like it to be.
Yeah, it's pretty far.
So whenever we make a funny joke, I'm literally going to have to run over there.
So make sure you don't guys say anything funny.
I'll try not to, but it's going to be hard.
I know, I'm probably going to have a full workout after this.
That's a voice. New friends of the show we have here, actually. Two Melbourneites. Am I correct?
Melbourneites.
Am I correct in
Is that what
saying
we call
that?
them?
Yeah, I apologize in advance.
For being a Melbourneite.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get into that because we have,
We have all an internalized guilt for being from Melbourne.
Yeah, we will get into that. I'm very curious about all this.
So Damien Vosk
Yeah.
and Ross Purdy.
I'm Ross Purdy. Hi.
Thanks for coming on, boys. You made time to come and stop by the Sausage Boys podcast in between your shows at the Fringe Festival.
And that was with a comma. They made time to come and then stop into the...
Look,
You're going to have to do something about that
I'm gonna have
sound.
to do something about that.
look. You can come at any time at any place.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Well, not any place.
Well, yeah, you can come at any place.
You technically can.
Technically, you can come at
The
any
repercussions are...
Yeah, if you don't get caught, no harm, no foul.
place. As long as you have your pants on, it's fine.
If it's just in your pants and you don't give it
True.
away.
And you don't touch yourself. Is that
Yeah.
illegal to ejaculate
Yeah.
in like a, let's say, a certain setting where you shouldn't?
I've heard like, I don't know if it's just an urban legend, but people are so good at like mind bending that they can like jerk without touching.
Oh, yeah, what do they call it? A ghost kind of?
Just telekinesis.
Yeah.
Just jerk yourself off with your mind.
You find something so attractive that you bust.
Yeah.
I think you were just watching Matilda and XXX parody.
Oh yeah.
That'd be great.
I've-
What happens with the boy who's eating the cake? He's actually eating a woman's behind.
Yeah. I haven't actually seen Matilda, but it's a sore spot for me. I think I've said it on the pod before. Because when I was in year 7, the older boys that were in year 12 said I looked like Matilda because I had their...
Oh, I
Like
can
the
see
bob
that.
cut.
Yeah, you've kind of got her face as well.
Really?
Yeah.
She must have been handsome.
She must have been a very handsome woman.
Must have been very handsome. Yeah, the I don't know if it's possible to bust without touching.
It's a problem if you can do it. I think it honestly becomes a problem. You're like,
Because you would
correct.
just never not do
yeah.
it.
Well, what's a wet dream? That's busting without touching.
You're right.
What is it called? I'm going sleepwalking. Oh, actually, no, I'm daydreaming.
Unless you
they call me the daydreamer.
unless you
The day
sleep,
creamer.
unless you sleep jerk and you don't even realize.
Sleep jerk. Oh, yeah. No, because people, like, have a wet dream before they've even know that they are allowed to touch their pee-pee.
Yeah.
Right?
True.
I
Do
think
they?
we've gotten to the bottom of it.
Because you're overflowing with so much
Seed.
the seed
Spunk.
that
Yeah.
when you're dreaming and you're deep in REM,
Yes.
it's like it's got to come out at some point.
You just leak.
True.
So it just leaks. It just leaks.
But I want to know how I can facilitate this in everyday life. Because imagine the time you'd save. You're just in the bathroom, you're doing a whiz, and you're like, there's no one in here.
Just
Got
start
5 more
creaming.
minutes. Yeah, just cream. Go back from your lunch break, relax.
I like that you're in the bathroom and you have to check no one else is in there. Like, there's usually people there. Like, no one's watching me piss today.
Yeah, true. True. You're looking up for people over the store.
You're like, cases clear.
But yeah, day creaming's a problem.
I don't know if it's a problem. It might be the best thing in the world.
Or would you end up
gotta
getting
change
arrested for it?
yourself and-
You're going to get arrested for day creaming after a while. You're going to like be at a soccer match or something like that, and some bloke's going to be like, "Oh, that bloke just creamed himself."
What if
you're gonna
every,
get chased?
literally everyone stopped having sex because every man in the world found out how to day cream?
God.
It'll make the world a better place.
It literally would. Yeah.
Less violence.
But there'll be
People
no
more
more.
relaxed.
What? We just don't get in relationships. There's no more.
Yeah.
Everyone's just
People
out there
still-
day creaming.
People still probably want connection and love.
That's true, but you just don't have to. You don't have to engage in sexual intercourse anymore.
Yeah, I don't jerk off and be like, I don't have to ever talk to a woman now.
I do.
People say that like before they're like, if they're on like Tinder or something like that, and they're like, do I really want to be talking to this person?
Yep.
And they'll like bust. and they'll be like, "Oh, thank God, I can go back to
Yeah.
playing solitaire on my laptop."
Or I
Would you
like
still get post-nut clarity, though? Would it
Yeah,
just be
oh,
yes.
the creaming. Day
Just
creaming.
cream and you go, oh, I'm ashamed of myself.
But you're
Can't
not in a
just
bad
stop creaming.
situation, though. You're just going about your day. Like, you're at the library or something. Day cream, going down the history aisle. You're in, like,
Mrs.
A
Hazelwood. Oh, her hair's up in a nice, day creamed again.
Ross, thank you for returning those books.
Okay, Mrs. Hazelwood.
Are you okay? You want me to scan your card?
No, just day creamed.
Okay.
Is that assault? It's a day cream.
Is day creaming assault?
I didn't touch anyone.
You didn't touch anyone. But unless you're looking, and the act of looking would be defined as assault. You're looking at someone and then you're creaming.
I've done a law degree. That wouldn't fly.
Really? So you're good? We're in the clear?
You stare
He
at
said he
them,
has a degree. He didn't
I've
say whether or
done.
not it was good.
I didn't say I was good.
just staring at someone like with both hands on a table and your eyes just twitching.
Let's see if we can do it. But I do want to touch on, what's this whole Melbourne thing? Why is there some shame being from Melbourne?
Yeah, what's the Melbourne hate?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Well, Melbourne.
Yeah,
If
let
you-
us tell you about Melbourne.
If you didn't know,
Yeah.
Please.
it's a place for grungy alternative thinkers.
Hence the Nirvana shirt.
Exactly.
You're really playing into this.
Yes, I knew I was going to come on and explain how Melbourne sees itself as a bunch of grungy alternative thinkers.
Well, how about we break down what we think Melbourne is from the outside?
Yeah, that'd be
You'll probably
nice.
And then,
be
I'm
right.
curious of
Yeah,
what
let's get-
Melbourneites think of Sydney nights.
Yeah, so I'm picturing like warm wear, but kind of like fashionable. A lot of probably Doc Martens still to this day.
There's
Cle-
probably like an actual doctor called Doc Martin.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Doc Martin. Let's go back. So what's the problem? What brings you here today? I'm Doc Martin,
Yeah.
and I'm wearing Vans. I'm not going to play into the whole bit, even though it would be so
Well,
easy for me to do
he
it.
was an actual doctor. He made them for
Really?
like orthotics. They were like
What?
meant to be a support shoe.
Are you kidding?
I'm fairly certain that's Ross. Is this
You should
real,
know this.
or
You're
did I
from
just make
Melbourne.
this
The
up?
history of Dr. Martin.
Well, we all know Dr. Martin's also an ABC show that old people watch.
What? I didn't
He
know that.
solves mysteries.
Dr. Martin does.
Is that a real show?
Foot-related mysteries.
Foot-related mysteries.
I know he solves mysteries. I haven't paid attention enough to the show.
Why did that marathon runner sprain her ankle? It's because of the Nikes.
Exhibit
They
A.
didn't have any. Look, so we're looking at the shoe. There's no arch support.
Well, I
which
think it was
is
invented
close.
because they needed a sturdier shoe for like arch support and balance. That's why they're so
Oh.
sturdy.
They're very sturdy. They're very uncomfortable.
And heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just like, I don't know how anyone could wear Doc Martens.
I
But
think-
are they a thing? They're a thing in Melbourne.
I think that's the whole angle is like they're so heavy that you don't really want to walk in them. You're like, no, I'll just sit and stand here and maybe my feet will not be in pain.
Yeah, it could be like a lady at the end of a night out where you kind of are seen with your Doc Martens and it's like,
Yes.
okay, let's go to the next place. Take them off, put them in your hand and start walking with them. Go to the next venue, put them
Yeah,
on.
I've seen people have like backup shoes between venues.
Really?
Yeah, I've seen it.
What about accidentally being given like Doc Martens as your backup shoes and you're like, well, it's just more for me to carry now.
You'd have to have one hell of a bag to carry them in.
True.
That's
they're
true.
so
That'd be-
big and clunky as
Yeah.
well.
Let me guess where you guys are from in Melbourne. I'm going to go Fitzroy and Fitzroy.
I was literally going to say that. That's the only place I know in
That's
Melbourne.
the only place I know as well.
I was like, yeah, Melbourne Fitzroy, is that a place?
Was
Yeah.
that close?
Kind of with me. I was like in East Melbourne on the boundary of Fitzroy, and now I'm like in Brunswick, which is even
Oh.
worse than Fitzroy.
Is it? That's kind of the inner,
hipster wise.
like the inner west of Sydney is kind of like that area of Melbourne.
Brunswick?
right?
yeah,
is
that's
it?
the
That's
that's
the
the
new
comparison
town.
I hear. Yeah.
Okay. Brunswick is where we have to watch out for.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're all west and we're all north. It's where all the cool people hang out.
Yeah.
Cool in quotes.
Yeah. Okay.
In
And what?
Brunswick.
What's the? I picture Melbourne as being very safe. Is that correct?
I think it's more dangerous than Sydney.
Really?
I've heard. It's like where the crime all
Really?
happens.
I think it's about the same. I don't know. Have you noticed any noticeable difference?
I felt safer
Here.
in Sydney.
really?
Really?
Those
You-
open?
You saw a homeless person yesterday singing the Pussycat Dolls. and
Yeah,
you said
he
you
was
were-
jamming out to Don't You by the Pussycat
Oh,
Dolls.
dang.
The happiest I've ever seen a homeless person. Walk along Smith Street in Melbourne, it's the most depressing sight.
That's what I always say as
Yeah.
well. Like, who needs a roof over your head when you have, like, my milkshake brings all the boys to the yard?
Yeah.
Actually, he was up next on the playlist.
Yeah.
Dang, is he just doing this like a cappella? Is he doing like the instrumental? Has he got
he
like a
has-
beatbox?
His one possession was this, like, portable,
A portable
speaker, and he
speaker,
was loudly listening to it. He was jamming.
Is he jam? Is he like what is it, lip syncing or kind of just like singing along with
Kind
it?
of mumble singing along.
You know
to
what?
It.
It's good to see a homeless person where music is their drug.
That's true. Yeah, I threw it all
Instead of
away.
Crack.
Lost my family. I alienated myself from all my friends, but at least now I get to listen to the Pussycat Dolls by myself.
Judgment free in the middle of the Sydney streets.
Yeah.
It's just going up like a junkie, going up to people. Please, I just need some ska, some something, you got any ska? Got any like punk?
I was at a park at like Marrickville today, and there's, I have no like issue with it, but there's just like tents with like homeless people in them, and this is just like, yeah, and this is just a park that people are like walking through with their families. People are there with their dogs, and there's just a guy crawling out of a tent. It's very interesting.
Kind of like that.
Yeah,
They're having that in Melbourne.
They don't
it's
have
too cold.
tents.
Oh,
Too
yeah,
cold, right?
Not much. Yeah, we not so much camping in the city.
And whereabouts in Melbourne are you from? You're not from Fitzroy as well?
I mean, I might as well be.
He's there
I'm in-
every
I'm
day
in-
of the week.
I'm in there a lot. I live in Churnside Park.
Churnside, but that sounds kind of terrifying.
Churnside sounds like the name of a horror series.
Yeah, dude.
Churnside.
Dude, they've got the new Churnside Park coming out. I don't want to see it.
Yo, I'm Ross Purdy
I'm
from
scared.
Churnside.
Actually, sounds pretty cool.
That sounds
Sounds
pretty
fucking
cool now.
sick.
It's just like
I'm
I'm
Ross
repping
Purdy
Churnside.
from Churnside.
It's getting Churnside.
I'm
just like
Churnside.
in
West
the neck.
Side.
No, Churney. We're from Churney.
From the
Churnside
churn.
represent.
Got to be from the churn if you want to earn.
Yeah.
That's what we say. We churn the butter.
Yeah.
And the butter's the money in this metaphor.
The butter is the money.
That's great. Dang.
You guys both grew up in Melbs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
OG Melbourne.
What's the tea? What's the goss?
Yeah, what is the
Oh,
goss?
what's the
What, do
tea
you,
to
what do you
spill?
guys think about us here in Sydney?
You know, we had this discussion yesterday.
Yeah.
We love it here.
Oh,
Really?
wow.
We love-
Is that a problem, like, for other
Well-
Melbourneites?
I don't know. There's meant to be some rivalry between Sydney and Melbourne, right? Because of the, I don't know, they were both capital cities at one point or
Yeah.
something, and
I think they still are.
Canberra's the
Oh.
Canberra, the superior of
yeah.
the
We
two.
picked somewhere that in the
No one
middle
wants
that
to
no
go
one
to.
wanted to go.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
we're gonna put our politicians there.
You know what? We're going to take the best parts of both these places and not put any of it in this
Yeah.
shit place in the middle.
Yeah, if you both are gonna keep fighting, no one's gonna have a good time.
Yeah, yeah.
Fine, we're going to be the capital city then. Hey?
That is funny.
Take it.
I think Melbourne's technically bigger now.
Really?
Yeah,
Than
biggest,
Sydney?
Yeah, population wise.
Really?
We overtook.
And is this like an uncommon kind of feeling to have, to be like Sydney's kind of better? Like, we're here in Sydney. And it
I
feels
would
better.
definitely be shamed if we said it publicly going back.
But you're allowed to imply it.
Uh,
It is funny being like, yeah, we got this rivalry, and then getting here and being like, yeah, our place sucks. It's way better.
I
Yeah.
mean, Damien knows this. I was in Sydney for the first time last year.
Yep.
For the Fringe, doing a solo show. And since then, I haven't made much of a secret. But I think, wow, Melbourne kind of sucks compared to Sydney.
Oh, so
For real.
you're both kind of on board with this.
Yes.
well, I think
What
like
is it?
I don't know. I think like I think audiences in Sydney they just want to have a good time.
Nice. They're
Oh,
like,
they're
Melbourne's
just like-
uptight.
Yeah, Melbourne can be like not sometimes uptight, but like Melbourne are kind of weird because in a weird way, everyone's so worried about thinking or saying the wrong thing that they miss the fun.
yeah.
Whereas like
Yeah.
here, I think they're just like, yeah, we're just having a good time. Like
We're in Sydney Lauper
Yeah.
mode.
It's bubbling
know.
up. It's getting pretty good at the moment, I think.
In Sydney?
Yeah, I think we're
Yeah.
on like the backswing. Where it's getting to like a pretty nice place. How long you guys been doing comedy?
oh,
I'm a decade now.
Whoa!
I'm a decade in.
Wah, 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 wah.
I think Damien's not that far.
Yeah,
behind.
I think I'm
about the same.
I'm about the same. I think I started slightly after stand up wise, with about maybe like a year after you, year or two. Yeah, maybe
Dang,
a
so
year.
you're both
Yeah.
OGs of the game.
Yeah.
We're OGs, but like
I
most
guess
OGs,
so.
we're not going to be respected until we're dead.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
true artists.
Have you got respect kind of in Melbourne? People kind of like, do you try to talk down to some of the newbies
Talk
and stuff
down?
like that?
No.
Or like, what is it? Haze them?
No, I just want everyone to love me
Yeah, that's
so they can give me gigs and opportunities.
No, we don't talk down. There's people that do, but I don't think that's. I don't know.
Okay.
Everyone's trying to do the same thing. We're all trying to make people laugh.
Be
right?
superstars.
Yeah.
I don't even want to be the funniest. I just want people around me to be less funny. I don't care if people are having a good time. I just want people to look at me and go, well, he's slightly better than the...
That's the nice thing about going to a comedy club and seeing a bad set. And it's like, oh, well, I can do better than that. So
Well, that's the
Yeah.
Then
problem.
leave.
That's the problem with open mics in Melbourne. Like, because some
Yeah.
of them are so bad that people in the audience are like, well, I could do that. It's so
And then
bad
they
that like,
do.
well, anyone could do that, and so then they get up and start bombing too,
Yes.
and then it's a vicious cycle of 20 comedians starting to do comedy every week
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
yeah, wow.
because everyone's just in the audience being like, that was bad.
Yes, I can literally
I
do
could
better
be
than
that
that.
bad.
Yes.
I'm like, you could, but you should aim to be like the best person on there.
Are there
Yeah,
many? Are there
yeah.
many rooms? Like, are there many places to get up during the week? Like, how often are you both getting up?
I think there's a lot of gigs you can do during the week.
Yeah.
I don't know, how many would you say? Like 3 a night, various places.
Oh, okay, nice. So pretty
4,
About that,
some
3,
nights.
3 or
some
4 a
nights,
night.
yeah.
5.
6. I don't know, 25,
What's the busiest night?
40.
Yeah, 40.
49.
Weirdly, it feels like there's a lot on Wednesday.
I think it's like 100 on Wednesday.
Yeah, hundreds on a
It's
Wednesday.
got to be at least 100 on a Wednesday.
Maybe like you're probably talking about like 240, 280. Because I was thinking like probably like 620, 630.
It's 2 more than 420.
Hell yes.
We do have a fun little game that we like to play with our guests, and I guess we're already kind of talking about it.
Yeah, we are counters. see how.
See what who can
have a
say the
counter?
highest number.
Probably like 1,250,473.
infinity to the positive.
Dang, infinity
I
the
win.
positive plus 1.
Fuck.
1
didn't even
5
think of
5
that.
5 1 5 1 5 5 1
9
5.
9 9 9
five,
9 9
five,
6 8
one,
9 9
five.
10
I think
9
if you
million
if you-
billion
if you paid
Jillian.
attention to the actual numbers I'm saying, it's actually more.
billion
It's actually more.
billion
A
trillion
5,
like
7.
If you
That's
take the
the
numbers
number.
Ross said and you flip it around, it spells a word.
Yeah.
what does it? Oh, nice. You hit me with an 8008.
Yeah, you flip
5.
it around, it's I just day creamed.
Oh,
Yucky. Yeah, but we do like to play a little game.
We do have a little game we like to do on this show.
This game goes by the name of Sausage Boys High. Basically,
Okay.
we like to get into the past of our guests and work out how they became who they are today.
Yes, we need, and it's a great way to figure out who you two are.
Yeah.
Because you're not just these hipster-looking dudes from Melbourne. There's a story there.
Yeah.
It's not a very interesting one, let me tell you.
Really?
And you're not just these soulless hipsters.
Yeah,
You got an interesting story.
so I'm a soulless hipster.
You find you're a soulless
Stop
hipster.
selling yourself.
I'm a soulless
Are
hipster.
hipsters more prominent in Melbourne than Sydney?
We just
hipster
call them
anything?
people in Melbourne.
Nice.
Melbourneite.
There's a guy wearing a suit and it's like, get out of here, normie. All right, so the first question we like to ask is, what kind of school did you go to? Are we talking your high school? Was it co-ed? Was it private school, Catholic school? What's going on there?
We're both mean boys from the streets. Public represent.
Yeah.
You guys met in school?
No.
Oh,
No,
okay.
two different schools
two
from
different
two different
schools.
sides of the state.
Fitzroy.
Not the state, the city. But I went to. But I
Two
went to
different
like.
sides of the state.
All right, we'll go with state. In a southeast.
Yep.
Southeastern suburbs, and I went to like a public school, but it was like one of the the faux public schools where they sit an entrance exam if you're like more than 200 meters away from the school to
Oh, okay.
maintain quality.
Yeah.
So like it was like one of the best out of the public schools.
So you were killing it. You were clever.
No, I was in the zone.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was within that 100 meters sweet spot. I wasn't an idiot, but yeah.
And that's a good area. That's
Yeah, it's a
fancy area.
nice part of town. It's like there's like it's like there's fancy areas on every corner of it, but that area isn't.
Yeah.
Where the school is.
Yeah. So it's like borders a bunch of fancy areas.
True. What about you, Ross?
Other side of the state.
Other side of I was in the ghetto, man.
Oh, you're in the ghetto.
I
Yeah.
was in a ghetto. I was in a public school in the outer eastern suburbs.
Oh.
Yep. Co-ed as well.
Yeah, public, very public.
Yep.
You know Chris Lilly Summer Heights High?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, the kids at my school loved that because they thought it was about them, not getting its satire.
Dang.
Because
Really.
they were just a bunch of mean-spirited cunts, let's say it.
Oh, so you were
Whoa.
getting it. You were getting it from them. They were after you. They were on your case.
They
Were they
were-
calling you like Jonah from Tonga?
Yeah.
No, because I'm very white. And I'm not in mild brown face like Chris
Like
Lilly.
Chris Lilly was. Were you getting it in high school? Were they on your case?
I was like I had like a group of like 5 widows, but like we were widows that got along with
I thought
everyone.
you said widows. Like
Widows, yeah, we'd
Oh,
all be
yeah.
married.
All our husbands died at war.
Everyone died in year
High
9.
school it's hell.
It was,
Yep.
yeah, back then we didn't have the public vaccination program. A lot of them got polio.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of my friends were widows. I don't know. That was just my
Um,
upbringing.
Have
It
you
was normal for me.
Yeah, so it was like 5 of us. We were all like kind of lovable weirdos, and we got
Yeah.
along with all the different groups. Like we were like the nerdy kind of people, and then like the more popular kids too. Like we were
Nice.
kind of token inclusions. So like that was pretty friendly school in the scheme of things. So entirely opposite.
And then on the other side of
And
the
on the
state,
other side, we're having
Bloody
just-
rough as guts.
you're one bad day away from bringing something in your backpack that you should not
Rough as
have.
guts.
Yeah.
But they were on your case.
They're on my case, man.
Dang.
Ross not having written a manifesto is a testament to his mental fortitude.
Yeah.
I can imagine just like waking up in the morning, just having like a meeting at like 6:30. It's like, how are we gonna get him today, boys? What are we doing? Just like a group of 20 or something like that.
Imagine trying to bully someone so hard that they do a school shooting. Because you want someone to shoot up the school, but you don't want to do it. You don't want to get blamed for it.
That's true.
This kid's isolated and weird. Maybe if we like get into him enough, he'll bring a gun.
But it was that. It was just kind of this relentless day in, day out torture.
They were cunts, mate.
Yeah.
What was the worst? Did you have like a one incident where it's like, come on, guys, like the worst incident that ever happened at this school?
Nemesis.
Or did you have like specific kids that were after you as well? And we can call them out.
Name and
I don't-
shame. Name and
I
shame.
don't remember
Name and
half
shame.
their names.
Really?
I don't remember half their names.
They all
Also-
died years afterwards.
They
They're
hit you in the
widows.
back of the head with a baseball bat.
Which, yeah, that's probably the worst. They beat me until I could remember before the age
Yeah.
of 7.
I got spitballs in my hair.
Oh.
Just constantly. This
Oh.
one forensics
That's like from a
cla-
movie.
from his forensics class lesson. Our teacher was this weird, balding, senile old man.
Yeah.
He
And
didn't even test the DNA on the spitballs, trace it back.
I don't know. I was trying to tell him what was happening, but then he was just like, you know, it's okay. And, you know, if anything happens, just tell me. Something did happen. I'm telling you now.
It's like, hey, they're hitting me with spitballs.
He's
Can
like
we stop
talking in
this?
circles, and he's like,
just forgot. If you just tell me again.
I'm not going to tell you again. Look at it. It's still coming out.
What is that? You have to tell me before I can do anything.
He's like, just persist, and maybe one day you can be in front of a classroom losing your hair with no loved ones, just like me.
But dang, yeah, so there was spitballs were pretty bad.
Spitballs. Well, that was the one time. I think they were like, wow, we did that cliche. Let's never do that again.
It's
you
kind of
get a
like
swirly?
it's kind of like getting your butt touched, and then that happens. You're like, oh, I guess that's not really for me. You know what I mean? They hit you with spitballs one time, and they're like, you got to try
They were-
it.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
gotta give it a go.
Yeah.
But did you have any other classic ones like a swirly or like a? Did you get what do they call it? A wedgie stuff like
I didn't
that?
get that stuff.
That's good.
Nah, just the spitballs in the
That's probably the worst. Spitballs aren't too bad.
a bunch of other stuff. I
Other
was in
stuff.
year 12, and this little year 8 kid, this little punk, he
What?
thought he was king of the pack.
Yeah.
For some reason, he would just come up to me and like, "Hey mate, how you doing? Yeah, how you doing, mate? You are 3 foot in year 8. I'm in VCE.
What's that?
What are you doing?"
What's
Victor-
VC?
Victorian Certificate of Education. It's,
Yeah, that's like
it's the
a-
final one.
The
It's
later
Oh,
year 11 and
HSC
12.
or
Dang,
whatever.
he's coming
it is.
for you. Yeah, your 8 kids coming for
What
you.
did he do?
Yeah,
Just-
what-
He just kept like trying to get up in my face, you know?
He was just
They're
talking
like-
smack.
Just talking smack, getting up at me, pushing me, and I'm like, "You're a tiny, tiny boy.
He said, "Get out of here."
What are you doing, boy?"
He
Did
said,
you-
"Get
did
out of
you-
here."
what
boy."
What did you do to him?
What are you
Yeah,
doing,
what did you
boy?
do to him? How'd you get him back?
Well, I just condescended to him
That's good.
and made it worse.
Oh.
God,
The kid was like, "What'd you just say to me?"
Just in that situation, you have to be so careful with your words. Like, imagine being like, "Yo, you better get out of my face." Like it's over.
What are you doing, boy?
You doing, boy?
What are you doing there, boy?
He spoke to him like an old man. He just like, respect your elders.
Yeah.
I'm 6 years above you.
He pushes
Get
you
out of here, you little scamp.
Well, he couldn't push me over. Again, he's a tiny, tiny
Tiny
boy.
kid.
Tiny boy. Year 8.
What was his end goal?
What was his end goal there?
He was like a little chihuahua trying to assert dominance.
And you said,
They wanted to bite you.
Wanted to bite me.
Dang. So what? And again, coming to school, when it comes to another question we usually like to bring up is,
Oh, here we go.
were you pranksters? Because you're funny. You're funny guys now. Were you funny? Were you class clowns? Were you doing some pranks when you were in high school? Even though you were getting spitballed and stuff, did you try to do a little bit of payback? Was there anything going on prank wise?
I was definitely. I loved it. I loved a good.
You're a
prank.
prankster.
I can loved a good prank.
Nice.
"What pranks were you hitting?"
You're a bit of an impractical joker.
Oh yeah, for sure. There was this guy called Marty. Had many aliases. Monobrow Marty because he had a monobrow. Motorcycle Marty because he had a
run over
dirt
by a
bike.
motorcycle.
He had a dirt bike, but he's like 15. You can't ride it on the road.
Yeah.
But he would like just wheel it to school to impress people
Yeah.
and just park it in the bike locker.
Yeah.
And people would spin on it. And then he was kind of like, anyway, we went.
Or people would like throw spitballs on it.
Like, give
Maybe
me
your
the spitball.
classmates
Is
just
this
thought
a
you were a
spitball?
motorbike.
It's a Melbourne thing.
Is this a thing from
It's like
Melbourne
you
that is
just-
really into spitballs?
Yeah, indignant. You spit on them like.
That's why COVID was
Victorian
so
era.
bad in
Yeah,
Melbourne.
it's true.
Because it's like, yeah, we're not going to stop doing the
We're all
spitballs.
gonna they're not going to stop
Yeah, we'll
spitting
wear
on each other.
Sure, I'll wear a mask as long as I got a spitball hole in it.
Yeah, so we went on some school camp, and he tried to poison everyone in the school by putting a bunch of laxatives in like one of the drinking fountains.
That's a great prank.
But we ended up like getting them all out and putting them in all of his food over the course of the trip.
Yeah.
And then
Mud pie Marty.
then we ended up like putting Nair, you know that like
Oh, no hair.
that cream that
Yeah.
like
Not in the shampoos or something.
yeah, it's
like
in the
that.
shampoo.
Oh, no.
But that wasn't one of my favorite pranks I used to do. Was you get an egg and you poke a hole in the top, poke a hole in the bottom, and you get the egg whites out.
Yeah.
But the yolk is still in there. Then you get cooking chocolate and you roll the egg in cooking chocolate. Then you put it back in like Easter egg wrapping, and it looks like a homemade egg. But then someone bites into it and yolk falls on them, and it's so funny. And we did
and
that.
you were like, "Hey, I got an Easter egg."
The
for
best
you."
part about it is it got people that were so I did it twice, 2 notable times. Like we'd do it to friends, but then I accidentally got my dad because he's just a fat man who can't help himself.
Yeah.
He just saw the egg in the fridge, just took it out and just like ate it and just like he's like, what the hell? But I
Biting
wanted
into
to.
the egg has to be
but
dangerous.
I had a really terrible teacher in year 10 called Mrs. Mitchell, and she couldn't teach advanced math. And I was in this advanced math class. No one was getting it. She would just waste everyone's time. She'd like look at the back of the book and be like, well, that one doesn't make sense. And then just move on. I'm like, you're meant to be teaching us.
Just goes to the answers. She's like,
Yeah, she
so
like
that's it.
writes the equation out and then like looks in the back,
Yeah.
writes the answer. She's like, there it is. I'm like, we don't know what the fuck.
Miss, you got to show you're working
Yeah,
out.
show you work it out.
Yeah.
We became the teachers.
Just hits you with a spitball.
And she used to like,
So
she
many
frustrated me
questions.
so much that I did this egg thing and I put like a note in the mid-semester break, and I signed it on behalf of like this other annoying kid, Daniel Bagala, who's like this kind of like a jock. He kind of like would bully people and stuff. So I would just be like, I was like, "Dear Mrs. Mitchell, hope you have a great Easter break. Like from your favorite student, Daniel Bagala." And then I put this egg in the staff room, and then after the break, she came back and she was like, "I have to talk with some of you. I got quite a nasty gift." So,
Oh my god.
That's nuts. So she literally would have taken
I hope she ate it in the staff room. That would have been great.
Oh my gosh.
You might be the crown champion out of everyone we've asked about the prank thing. You might be the best.
Literally, I don't think we've heard a better prank than that. That's literally, I've never heard of that one before.
Oh, that's fantastic.
It's original. It's not too bad as well. It's really kind of innocent in a way.
Yeah.
Enough to just ruin, not even just your day, but you're never going to look at Easter eggs the same again.
You're never going
Ever.
to chance it.
Yeah.
You're always going to taste a little bit of raw egg.
From Easter eggs.
It's terrifying.
You're just walking like to Woolies or something. There's the Easter bunny there, and you're just like eyeing this guy up.
Give him a crown. Should give him a crown.
A crown.
You got a
Yeah,
crown?
do we have some sort of a-
best prank? Best prank trophy?
What's this?
Yeah.
It's the best prank.
Oh yeah,
It's the best prank.
Best prank bear.
Best prank bear.
I love
I'm
it.
proud of that. I was thinking about the idea of like you've got the Nair prank, right?
Yeah,
Just doing it to like some jock, and he just like uses it just on kind of his pubes area.
Yeah.
He's like, "Thanks, nerd." And he literally
it's
just,
like 3 for 1, like
Yeah.
the Head and Shoulders 3 for 1 shampoo. You just use it for everything.
and he just manages to like trim his pubes with it. He's like, "Yeah, well now I can go have sex with your girlfriend." And I don't have any hair.
Jokes on him. I didn't have a girlfriend till well after high school.
What about?
Okay, here we go. So it brings in the next question.
Yeah.
Love lives. First kiss. A real high school classic.
Oh,
Detroit Rock City.
That's
that was the first Kiss song he listened to.
Nice. Yeah. What was the lady situation? Have we got some Casanovas on our hands? Have we got
What's an opposite of a Casanova?
Ross?
Yeah, that's me.
A Casanova.
Saving myself for this.
Did you just come up with that? That should be on a t-shirt. That's hilarious.
No, it's a joke. It's a joke from a TV show.
We still like it. That's a great one.
That's so funny. Mine was pretty uneventful. It was like I think
First crush.
first
How
crush.
about them
First
apples?
crush. That's a nice one.
First crush.
What about getting like a spitball from a girl and it hits you
Oh,
in the
yeah.
mouth? It's like, well, technically that's a kiss.
That's a kiss. Yeah.
Just take it
That's
out
a Melbourne.
of your
That's a
head.
Melbourne kiss. It's the Melbourne kiss.
Stop kissing me on the head.
She's like, ooh, and it's like, ooh. He
What-
starts creaming himself.
What are you, my mom?
Oh man, none of these are like really interesting stories. It's just like
I had a girlfriend, and I loved her, and
Nah,
yeah, we,
I
Didn't
mean-
work out.
I mean, yeah, in like year 8, I guess I had like a girlfriend for a bit, but it was like nothing really that interesting.
you
And
kissed her.
she shanghaied you by taking you on Jerry Springer.
And I found out it wasn't my kid.
I'm pregnant. Are you the daddy?
It's
Oh,
Maury.
oh,
Did
was
you
it?
do
Is
the
that
did you do-
Maury?
You do
Is
the
it-
dance?
Wait, Jerry Springer
Dude,
and
they
Maury,
did
there's
fu-
some crossover.
They
in
did
terms
both,
of
but
content.
Maury did way more of the.
What is it?
Paternity
DNA
test.
sort of.
Oh yeah.
And then they had the people on who weren't the dads, and they were happy about it, so they
And-
did a dance.
and they would dance, I think, backflips.
Yeah,
There was a lot
yeah,
going on there.
yeah.
And now we pretend we're better and tone it down, but have Dr. Phil.
Yes. How's Dr. Phil? Is he doing crazy stuff still?
Is he making meme stars out of
Yeah.
Cash Me Outside Girl.
Yeah,
Cash Me Outside Girl is lit.
He's made like $100 million or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, not from
And
music, from
and
OnlyFans.
successful. Good songs though too. I'm full rapping.
Good OnlyFans.
Really?
Yeah.
People
Have you
keep
seen it?
cashing her to see her insides.
Hey.
Cash Me Inside. How about that?
Yeah.
Gosh,
She wasn't
okay.
true
But
to
how did that moment happen
outside.
with the first kiss with this? Lady.
School disco. That's my guess.
No, I don't think we had school discos. Wait, did we? I don't think we did. I think we had like a grade 6 one, and then there was like in 7 and 8, there were those ones you could go, like those underage ones, like outside of schools, but they were like run by churches and were kind of weird. And and then there's like year 11 and 12 where you have, it's free for all.
Yeah, of course.
But no, this was just like we just hung out a lot, liked each other,
Yeah.
and just that it was like it's nothing really interesting. But we did that nice thing of like talking for hours each day
Oh,
after school and stuff. But
where's she now?
married with kids.
She's on the television
Yeah,
show
probably.
Married with Kids.
Yeah.
Is that what the show is even
Wait,
called?
is that a show?
Is that like Damon
I
Wayans?
think you mean Married with Children.
Married with Children?
Different
is that-
show.
A different show. My Wife and Kids, what?
My Wife and Kids. I think that might be the one.
What was your friendship group like in school, Ross? What was the squad? Or who were the characters that were around?
Characters.
Yeah.
Jeez, I don't know if there's any.
Do you know what I mean? If it's your TV show, who's like the side characters?
So you've got a bunch of Islanders that are on your case.
Yes.
Did you have a Mr. G at the school?
They're all freaking Mr. G, man.
Oh.
Mr. G, get off my case, man.
Hell yes.
I had a friend at another school,
Yeah.
and we'd meet up, and
Plan.
he would harass one like substitute teacher, but he would just go up to him and try and fist pound him like, "Come on, come on," and he was like, "No, I'm not gonna do that. Not gonna do that." Because he's like a substitute, like they go around schools.
Yeah.
He ended up going to my school, so I would harass him with the same thing
Oh, you're doing the same bit on this same...
to keep the guy.
Oh, no.
And he's like, no. He's like, you don't know Jacob, do you? Oh, you kids.
You would prank this poor teacher.
It sounds like it sounds very reminiscent of the year 8 kid coming up to you actually.
That's very true.
Hey, I came up to this teacher and tried fist bumping him.
Yeah.
Is that the prank? What goes from the fist bump?
Is
there
that the
anything further?
joke? Yeah.
I don't do. Damien's
Fist bumps you
more.
back, it's like, gotcha.
No, we did it because if he had just done it, it wouldn't have become a bit. But he never did it, and it actually reacted in such a funny way.
Ah,
You got to
that's why it's
keep
funny.
doing it.
That's fair. That's fair.
You had an egg in your hand, he fist bumps you, and he's like,
There was a kid at my school.
There's just
who-
spit all over your fist.
There was a kid at my school who would hang outside the teacher's staff room and just call teachers by their first names every single one of his lunchtimes.
That's so good.
And it just made them uncomfortable. But it was just such a strange thing to do.
They can't have that Achilles heel. It's
Yeah.
too good.
Teachers shouldn't have first names.
Yeah, you call them by their first name, they lose all respect.
Yeah.
Do you ever find like teachers' Facebooks or something like that?
No, did you?
I did.
Oh,
There was a teacher. I'm going to go, yeah, Mr. U, and I think everyone found his Facebook.
Yeah.
In his profile picture, he's like with two friends, he's putting up the middle finger.
Oh my god.
Shout outs, Mr. U.
Yeah, shout out to Mr. U.
I reckon he would have
It was-
fist bumped.
He would have. No, it was like he's full on, very intense, and it was so crazy when we found him. Like that, he's this loose guy outside of ours.
I remember one time was driving home and like my family house is like in the bush and we're driving from town back to the bush. And as we were going along, we picked up, we were driving from my house into town.
Yeah.
And on the side of the road, there was just a guy like walking with his thumb out. And I was sitting in the back and I guess it must have been my dad and my sister. I was in the back. We pulled up and picked this guy up and he jumped in the car. And it was a teacher from my high school, and I would have been in like year 7 or year 8 or something. And I remember he's like, "Yeah, he like leans over to my dad like, "Thanks very much, man." And then he's sitting next to me, and he turns and goes,
You're getting an A this term.
he turns around
You
to me
just,
and
got
goes,
you just got your fist out. He's like, stop, pull over the car. Pull over
he just
the
grabs
car."
the wheel. No, he jumped in the car and he's like, "Thanks very much." And then he turned to me and goes, "How are you?" And I was just like, I don't want this teacher in my car.
Was our boy on one
Wow.
compared to like?
I think
him at
my
school,
dad
or-
said after he was like he definitely must have had a fight with his missile or something like that. He
Ah,
was just like
okay. So
walking,
Yes.
you know, because he was like in a good mood and like well presented, but like there was
Okay.
okay.
some kind of undercurrent
Yeah.
for sure. But
Darkness.
100%, and you do not want a teacher in your car. That's a nightmare for a kid.
Of course.
Even going to the shops after school or something
it's
like that with your
disgusting.
parents.
It's like, what are you doing?
You don't want to
here?
see someone from your class
Yeah.
when you're with your parent.
I'm at Woolworths. Like, this is my place. I mean,
You
with
don't
my
want to
mum.
think of teachers as people.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
But do you know what I mean even about students, like a kid in your class and you're with your mum? I don't want to be going down an aisle
Yeah.
and then you're stuck with your mum going down this aisle and then there's another kid with their mum going down the aisle and you have to like walk past each other. Like,
Everything's
Hey.
horrible. Life as a kid is kind of hell. You don't want to see anyone. Everyone's everywhere.
everyone's embarrassing. You're
You're all in the
embarrassing.
same suburb.
Yeah,
You're gonna-
you're literally in your suburb. Everyone
Yeah.
lives there. You just don't want to encounter anyone.
It's the worst thing in the world. Yeah.
It's literally, it's horrible.
Mate, as an adult, if I'm by myself and I see someone I know but wasn't expecting, I hate that.
Oh, it's
Like,
great.
Hi. Yep. Hi. Yep. I'm doing it the thing. I was not expecting this.
I just don't do it anymore. If I see someone I know, I just ignore them. That's my regular day to day. I don't kind of like catch up with people. Someone I haven't seen for 10 years, I see them there and say, oh gosh, it's that person. I'm going to go the other way.
I did it today. I was walking past and I looked up at the bus stop and Akila, a comedian from Sydney.
Oh, okay.
I was looking up and I was
Yeah.
like, hey, is that Akila? And I walked up a little bit closer and I was like, oh, no, it's not. And I was like, thank fuck. I don't want to have to talk to my friend right now.
You just walk past. You may do a wave.
Yep.
Maybe a quick hi. That's
Yeah,
it.
you do a nod of recognition and you go about your day.
That's
if
it.
you're busy,
Yeah.
that's fine. That's
none-
acceptable.
None of us stop and chat. I don't do a stop and chat. Turning into Larry David from Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Don't
Sorry.
do a stop and chat.
I can't do it. I got to get
Don't do a
involved.
stop and chat.
I got to get involved.
I need to watch what you need to watch a little bit more Curb to know you, Larry. Or
No, I got to
to
get involved with the hi. How's it going?
Oh, yeah.
Give him a tap and be like, hey, what's great? You got to be in a run. But if you're at a bus stop and you're gonna have to be waiting there with them,
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're in a rush, like, you say, oh, sorry, I'm in a rush. Like, they understand. People got
that's true.
People got...
But what if you're on the same bus as them? You get in with a dude, hey, what's good? And then you just put your headphones back in and get on your phone.
What a big great one would be like, oh, hey man, no, sorry, I'm just on the phone. And then you walk a little bit further and you start yelling at the person you're on the phone to.
Or you just like literally you listen to a podcast and something. All you need to do every 30 seconds do a yeah.
Yeah, you could fake it.
Do that.
I get it. I get it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
get you, man. I
And
get
just do
it.
that for like a 40-minute bus trip. Wait, 30 seconds? Yeah.
Yeah.
You're solved. You listen to a podcast, you can like literally close your eyes. You don't have to encounter or talk to
Can't
that person.
close your eyes and do too many or they'll think you're self-creaming.
That's hey. That might be a really good way to stop talking to Uber drivers as well. Do the yeah. Everyone has AirPods in.
I think they're desensitized to it.
You think?
I think they're just
drivers.
like... I don't think they mind.
Just not talking.
Yeah, I don't think they mind.
How are
not
you
talking.
finding like the interactions with Uber drivers lately? How have they been acting in Melbourne? I'm trying to imagine like a Melbourne Uber driver. What's
Most
would
of
they
them are
be
pretty
doing?
chilled. I had one that was pretty funny a couple of months ago. He was just like driving back at night and he was convinced everyone was high beaming him when they weren't. And he just was high beaming everyone back and he's like, I just don't want to be in this situation. And he's like, fucking assholes. And he's just like swearing at everyone.
Like,
And,
man,
like,
you don't have to. And you're
no
like-
one
he's
had
like,
high
I'm
beams
doing
on.
this for you.
No one had high beams on.
Yeah.
Like, but he just thought they all were. And I'm like, oh my God.
I get that high beam paranoia whenever someone goes over a speed bump.
Yeah.
I always think they've like flashed me. It's like, what? Is there a police car behind me? Do I have a door open or something like that?
I don't know if you.
What's your problem, dude?
I know you've never smoked weed. I don't know if you guys have smoked weed. If you're in your car after smoking weed, and like everyone is flashing you, and everyone's a cop. Literally every car's a cop. I don't know how it happens. I'm driving. There's a car behind me, and they overtake you, and you're like, "Oh my god, thank fuck! I thought that was a cop." And then the very next car that is behind you is also a cop.
Yeah.
It's just every time. It
that
doesn't
again.
stop. Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever
Terrible
driven
feeling.
45 minutes with acid still in your system?
No.
I drove 45 minutes on a freeway with acid in my system still.
Shouldn't have done that, man.
How
After
was
being
that?
all no, is it? You're not narcs, are you? You're not fucking narcs. I'm telling you,
narcs.
I'm
We're
spilling
cool.
the tea right now.
No, but that is illegal and dangerous. You're a criminal.
No, but we have kids.
I lied
and,
about the weed
but
thing.
you-
You're a
you-
criminal.
Yeah, no, that was, yeah.
How did that
no,
one
no
go?
shame. That actually sounds maybe the funnest thing anyone could do ever. Were you feeling the effects of it or no?
I was just on the tail end of it,
Yeah, you had
But-
a half.
but the roads were still very windy. And then they looked like they were getting bigger.
Oh no.
But you were good. It was just you in the car.
Just me.
Turns out you were just in a tram.
Hey,
Go
Speaking
on,
of trans and acid,
oh yeah. What before he walked off, one of our other friends like tried to. He was very much still on acid. Tried to hail a tram, like just put his hand up and be like, tried to like a
I
cab.
thought you said hail.
No. Definitely
no, in
can't do
this
that in
guy.
Melbourne. Not in,
Close
not
but
in
different.
Melbourne.
Yeah, not in Melbourne.
Yeah, he tried to hail a tram and he's like, it didn't stop. He like just forgot how trams worked. He like was nowhere near a stop and was
Yeah.
really upset that it hadn't stopped. And he was catching it in the wrong direction from his
Yeah.
house.
What about you pass the train, be like, do like the whistle? It's like, what's it doing? What's this going?
What about classic drinking and drugs in high school? Was it introduced at all? Were you guys messing around, being silly billies?
I was a teetotaler, man.
A what?
I was a teetotaler, not drinking. Teetotaler is when you're dry, you don't drink alcohol.
Oh, you were straight
Oh.
edge.
I was straight edge. Well,
A teetotaler.
all the kids who were drinking were cunts who I didn't like.
True.
So it was like,
Yeah.
I don't want to be this kid.
That's fair.
Sensing some big animosity.
It's
for-
like, yeah, come drink with us. They also have like straws ready.
Yeah, there's a lot of animosity. Yeah.
Those spitball straws or cruiser straws?
I don't know.
Oh,
come
no,
over and
they're
find out.
They're spitball straws.
Oh, not again.
It's probably for the best.
It's Coronas.
You're probably way
not
healthier
liquid,
now.
it's just spitballs.
Yeah, I had a friend who lived like 500 meters down the road from me, and his parents would go away every other weekend because they had a holiday house. So he would have great parties. So I think like in year 9, like we'd.
You've had very
We'd go
different
nuts there.
experiences. I find everything's very negative, and you've just had the best life ever. Great circle, respected by everyone.
That's what
going
I keep trying to
parties.
tell him. He doesn't get it.
Do you feel it's changed, like, or affected your personalities? These experiences
I barely
growing
remember
up?
anything from high school, but I just know that it's buried deep in my subconscious.
Have you thought
I
about
still-
going and like trying to unlock that?
Every single fucking day, baby, when I have an acid tab and I drive 45 minutes on the freeway.
How was that 45 minutes?
It's the best 45 minutes of my life.
Time stopped
Did you find anything out about yourself during those 45 minutes in particular?
while driving. No, I was too busy trying to oh no, don't move, don't move, don't swerve too much on the
No.
lane. Focus. Ooh.
Big acid guy now, or not really?
Nah.
How are you still alive, Purdy?
Because I'm a great driver, Damien.
And what about after school? What did you both get up to? Do
Um,
you feel it kind of got better? Or obviously you probably just had everything go great in your life. I heard like a little bit beforehand that you had some time in LA working in like in the film industry.
Yeah, I was doing an internship for a production company called Oops Donuts that was like an offshoot of Disney, like Andy Fickman, who his most famous movies like She's the Man or Reefer Madness. He did like The Game Plan with Dwayne The Rock Johnson and a whole bunch of other
Okay,
ones. I was
yeah.
working on like a Billy Crystal film.
Gosh.
It had already been filmed, so I was just helping out in post production
Yeah.
with them. But
Yeah,
it
you
was, like,
showed up.
It was super
Like,
fun.
I'm here to help with the movie, and they're like, it's done.
I was helping edit it.
Yeah.
Did you get to see any of the actors or anything like that?
Oh yeah,
or-
yeah. We had like a director's screening once it was all done, and
Right.
all the actors turned up, and
Gosh,
yeah, that was pretty cool.
that's insane. And how long were you doing that for?
About 6 months. 6 months.
Right.
Yeah, and then I had to go back to Melbourne.
I'm just laughing. Then we go back to Ross, and he's like, I got stabbed.
Emotionally, yes.
How'd you get stabbed emotionally?
Emotionally stabbed.
How was your experience leaving school? Did it get any better? Because you mentioned you had to block it all out. Was there some sort
I
of...
didn't even try to block it all out. It's just not.
It's just not important information to retain for
Yeah.
it.
Yes.
It's not healthy.
Yeah, just let it go. Let go toxicity of your life, everyone. Let go.
Preach. What's the best thing that's happened recently? Or something really cool?
Playing the Sydney Fringe, baby.
Sydney
Hell
Fringe.
yeah, that was
Being in Sydney.
Yeah, so as I mentioned earlier, I went to the show last night, which was fucking off the wall.
Yeah.
Balls to the wall. Very sick. You guys enjoyed it?
Yeah, we had a blast.
It was
Yeah.
a great time.
Yeah.
How did you both meet?
Oh, this is a story.
Yeah.
Tell the full version.
Speaking of drugs,
Yeah, speaking
Oh,
of
okay.
drug trade,
Here we go. Let's strap in.
we were doing a gig at the Bendigo Hotel, which is like a punk rock kind of venue, lots of bands, alternative music, and it was run by this guy who was an ex-drug addict / current dealer.
Nice.
And Greg Fleet was headlining, and much beloved Australian comedian Greg Fleet, and he had to go to the launch of his book, which was all about getting sober.
Yeah.
And so he was about to run off from the gig to go to the book launch that's all about this book that he's releasing, all about getting sober. And so he asked the guy who booked him, hey, I got to go to this book launch. Do you mind if I headline in the middle of the show? Which is not ideal.
where's the beginning?
Yeah.
Perfect. I like
The
that.
headline act was
Yeah, the headline act
head
was
of the
like,
show.
yeah, one of the first up. So
Great.
he gets up, does his 15 minutes, and then the host was doing this thing where he would interview people on the stage after, and he's like, oh man, I've always dreamed of doing a gig with you, Fleety. And then after the gig, we just do coke together. Do you mind if we do some coke on stage? It's always been a dream of mine. Do you mind if we just do this together? And he's like, sure. And so they're just it's just this awkward 10-minute exchange where he's racking up coke, and then him and Greg Fleet are doing coke on the stage, and then
He's sober.
yeah, and then
How many people in the audience as well?
There was about
Here's the thing.
15.
No, it was packed.
Oh, at that stage it was packed because they were all there to
'Cause
see
they were
Still doing
Greg
coke.
Fleet.
The police were there.
They were there to see, yeah.
Yeah, they were all there to see
The
Greg
headline
Fleet.
act who should have been at the end.
At the end,
So they stayed the whole time.
Oh, it's like, dude, aren't you? I thought you were sober.
yeah, he was
can't
releasing a
do
book
coke when
about
you're
getting
sober.
sober
And he's
that
like,
night.
oh, that's what sober means.
Yeah.
He was sober when he
So-
wrote the book.
yeah.
Does that count?
That's when the book was written when he was sober. Anyway,
Yeah.
so then they do it. The bar's not happy with this. They're like, fuck, what the fuck's wrong with them? They could do it in the toilet like everyone else, not on the stage.
Yeah.
It's like, Jesus. And they're like, that's their problem, not that anything else is going on. So then Greg Fleet leaves, and so does 90% of the audience.
98% of the audience,
Yeah.
I'd say. Maybe a couple of...
Come on, guys, we're going to do more coke.
We're going to have a break. Okay, everyone just...
Everyone's just gone
Scurries
because
out.
the
Yeah.
headliner's gone, who they were there to see. So then it's just me and Ross.
Following him.
There was a few others. I can't even remember who else
Yeah,
was
there
on
was
that night.
some acts on. So it was just the people who weren't the big headliner that no one came to see.
Yeah.
Having to deal with the aftermath
Yeah,
of what we
basically
just witnessed.
shared trauma. Everyone bombed after that.
Yeah.
But I remember seeing Ross, and I was I'd seen him once before, and the first time I saw him was that Raw gig where the end of his gig. This is also great. So he at the end of this gig, he's just I knew you would hate this. I knew you would all hate me, which is why I took a suicide pill before the show. And now you're all gonna have to watch me die up on stage or something. What was the bit? It was something.
That
like
was way more articulated than I probably actually spoke.
yeah.
Great bit though.
And then he proceeds to just fake die on the stage and not leave.
How long is
It
this
took
commitment?
it took 2 acts.
It took two acts doing their first 5-minute sets to a body on the stage of Ross.
Are you doing twitches or you just you're
No,
there?
he's committed.
Lying,
He's just lying there. Who got you up? It was the organizer.
ambulance.
It was
MC Celia Bacola had to stop the show.
He's like, is this dude
Point
actually
this-
alright? Did he
point
take an
this
actual pill,
out.
did he?
And then co-MC Nick Cody was
Yeah.
like, come on, man.
Nick
Oh,
You
Nick
got it.
Cody. Shout out.
He's just
Shout
you
out, Nick
gotta
Cody.
get up, man. It's too weird.
Gotta get
Are you
up.
guys mates with Nick Cody?
Yeah, I chat with him every now and then.
Hell yeah.
I'm friendly with him. I don't hang out with him, but he's a nice guy.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But yeah, so I remember seeing Ross there. I'm like, this guy's nuts.
Yeah.
And then-
oh,
and
this
then
is your
after-
first introduction
Yeah,
to
I'm
him
just
is dead on a
what?
stage.
I can't believe he's doing it. It's funny, but it's fucked. And then
Yes.
and then we did this together. I'm like, no, there's actually a fair bit of intelligence that goes into a lot of it. He's got good taste. I can see what he's trying to do. And then I came from a very heavy improv background, and I was doing stand up, but I wanted to do sketch.
Mm.
And I was like, I could I like the way he thinks, and I know how to write conventionally. I would like to get it a bit more heightened and get it crazier and more high energy and fun and
Yeah.
silly. And so, yeah, that's when I was like, hey, you want to do a sketch show together or something? So, yeah, that's how we met.
Yeah, he saw my solo show, which was by all counts
Oh, yeah, that one.
terrible.
Is this separate? This is how was the solo show?
Yeah.
What was the?
Oh, I saw that before this, right? Or was it after?
Might have been after that Raw.
Yeah, it was just in between that. Yeah. So, yeah, no, it would have been after Raw. Yeah, like, because I was just watching everything at Comedy Fest. Ross did this show. What was it called?
It's a real long ass title.
Yeah,
that
it was
makes
like
no
called
sense.
Demente Grande Energy Drink presents.
A Puckle Party Destructathon presented by Demente Grande Variety Hour. I remember because I still have the poster in my room.
It's a good poster.
It's a good
It's
poster.
a good poster.
The one good
what's
thing
the
about
poster
it.
look like? What's it kind of based off?
Oh, it's like a kind of a comic booky look.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a giant like Satan just towering over everyone.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting on a bench eating a sandwich and a slug monster's burst out of my stomach and it's stealing bites from the sandwich.
Who did this? Who
Acid.
did the art for this?
Acid did the art for that.
Shout
I wanna
out
work with whoever did the art. I love it.
Shout
but I
out to
don't know what's
Pierre Loja.
Closure.
Yeah, so yeah, I saw that, and that was before for that gig. But I remember, like, apparently I came on the good night,
You came on a good night.
but
I want to know what the bad night was like. What did that consist of?
the bad night, there was like a highbrow art critic sitting.
Not
in
even
the front
highbrow,
row.
just a footy bloke. A sports journalist from an Adelaide, one major newspaper.
Oh no, that's the Adelaide one you did. Yeah,
Yeah, just trying to make sense of me doing this bit where I say he's Jennifer Lawrence,
Yeah.
Oh, the reviewer is Jennifer Lawrence.
some footy bloke.
So he's
Um,
Jennifer Lawrence. How are you kind of interacting with Jennifer in this?
At the time, Jennifer Lawrence, everyone was big into her as being so relatable. She like tripped at an award ceremony and everyone was like, that's relatable.
What year was this? Was this Hunger Games sort of?
Yes, would have been, around that time.
Yeah, Hunger Games is
Yeah.
fresh.
Ever the contrarian I am, going against popular opinion, I was like, that's dumb. That's not. So what? She tripped over.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
So the whole bit was, oh, you're Jennifer Lawrence. You're guest starring on this fake sitcom thing. Oh, wow, you tripped over and hurt yourself. That's so relatable.
Oh, so you're going at Jennifer Lawrence.
I'm going at Jennifer
Yeah.
Lawrence.
And it's getting channeled at this footy guy that has.
That's footy bloke.
Hey, I'm
who
just trying to hang out here, bro. I'm just here for a good night.
This was Friday night at 11 p.m.
Yeah.
A stuffy venue. Him and his friend were the only two people who showed up.
Dang.
The night.
Why are you bullying
I was
me?
talking about the night in Melbourne that it went bad, and I heard this from another comic. There was this guy who was like explaining the show, what it's going to be to his friends.
Yeah.
And he's like, this is absurdist comedy, so this is going to be a bit out there. It's going to be like, it's going to have elements of this and this and this. And then the show started, and he's like, I don't know what's going on here. I think a homeless man's broken in to the theater.
Yeah.
And then like 20 minutes later, he's like, oh no, this is the show.
I wear a pink balaclava now.
Yeah.
Just so I don't have to worry about how I look.
That's
Yeah, where did the
beautiful.
pink balaclava come from? You just didn't want to be. Why pink? You sort of be eye catching.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Just eye-catching. Spring breakers.
Do you feel kind of
funny.
a little bit more free with the balaclava? Do you find there's a difference between you and when the balaclava comes on?
Feels more like like a line in the sand.
Yeah.
Like I definitely... Because I was constantly trying to be like, well, I'm a character on stage.
Yeah.
But I don't think people are getting that. I
Yeah.
think I hadn't fully gotten good. So people just thought it was some guy having a meltdown on stage. And everyone
Were
was
some
like,
people getting it? Like, let's say you finding some people aren't finding it good. Are some people like, no, this is gold?
yeah, a couple.
I don't know if you know about the whole Jennifer Lawrence thing, but this is... I love the idea. I love commitment to bits as well.
Oh,
When there
yeah.
are just two people in the room and you're just going at
There was
this
some
dude.
great commitment, even in that show. Like
Yeah.
that show had some really funny bits in it. Like some of the logic through it. You should redo it. But like now that you know, like you're much more seasoned,
Yeah,
you can
like,
do it justice.
do you have like a bit that you've kind of committed to the most, where it's like this has been the hardest thing? Like imagine the dead one being intense.
He Can I tell them the Australian flag bit in the?
Guys, I'm
Sure.
loving all of this. I love this.
Yeah.
I love this.
So in that show, there's a point where he's trying to win the affection of his father,
Nice.
and his dad was like, he does all this stuff to win the affection of his father, and he's like, "Do you love me now, Dad?" And he's like, "No, no, son, I still don't love you.
This is like a voiceover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All you ever were to me was come, just come." And then what's the logic?
He emailed me a jar of Chekhov's cum at the start of the show.
Yeah,
Very clever, very
Yeah.
clever semen joke.
and then
Comes back at the end.
and he's like, I'll just put this side of stage. This in no way will tie back into the show at all, I'm sure. And then he's like, and then you're like, oh well,
I had a
want to.
meltdown. I've reached for
He had some meltdown.
the emotional apex.
He's like,
I pour the fake semen on myself.
and he's like, I want to go back to a simpler time when I was a simpler form. And he's like rubbing fake cum all over his face.
Now, what did you use for that as well? I need to know.
Real cum.
Yeah, I was creaming
the
earlier.
Adelaide Review said, at least I hope it's fake semen.
And then he wipes it off with an Australian flag.
Oh my god.
What you say?
There was the
something-
whole thing where
Yeah.
afterwards, like, if you had a problem with that, well, that's just free speech, baby. We're in Australia. Like an Australian flag.
And he
out.
waves it around, and then there's a chant that goes USA, USA, USA.
And then I take that moment to say there's no refunds in the show. And then I start wiping the semen off my face with the Australian flag. And I say,
Should've gone-
probably should have gone seen Will Anderson.
How was the reception from the crowd for this?
Well, I
as well?
thought it was hilarious.
So you're in there laughing. How's
Yeah.
everyone else around you? Are they kind of?
It was like a split. Like half of them thought it was like the funniest thing they'd ever seen, and then there was a lot of people just like brutally confused.
This guy's working through something.
yeah,
I think I was.
probably.
That's why I think it was terrible.
And you got trashed.
It
by
wasn't as bad as
the write up.
think.
The write up trashed you.
Oh, yeah.
Did you get one for Melbourne Comedy Fest? Did you get a write up for?
Squirrel Comedy.
Oh,
That was one of the more nicer ones, but they were still like,
Oh, so they're not
That's very
liking
good.
you. They're still trying to get their head around it. The reviewers.
yeah, most reviews these days still don't get it.
Have you had like I guess a review or a show where everyone's kind of gotten it? Reviews like, damn, this has been on point.
Even the successful ones, like the one I got nominated for a couple of years ago
Mm.
at the Melbourne International Comedy Festival.
Yeah.
Even that one still got bad reviews.
Really? What do they kind of? How do they
it's just a
approach you?
specific. It's just like he's doing something quite unique,
Yeah.
and it's a specific like taste, and it's like either you have that taste or you don't.
Yes.
But like a lot of like comedians see the show and like can't stop raving about it.
Yeah.
And then like people who they're just coming for a relatable kind of stock standard. I want to understand every joke and punchline, and I
Yeah.
want to be led to it. Like they're not gonna enjoy it.
Of course, it's like
They're
a
not gonna
date
enjoy
night.
it.
It's like, oh, let's see this show. This looks
Speaking
kind of
date
funny.
nights-
Speaking of date nights, what's
Oh.
going on here?
Oh, not my dates, no. No,
There
but the
was-
one Damien saw, apparently there was a date night.
Yeah,
and
there
I
was a
ruined that
date.
night.
And
Like,
the,
What's
When?
this? A date night? You're on a date? You're on a date?
no, there was
What's
a
going on?
couple watching
Oh,
that first show,
nice.
Last
first
night.
solo. No,
Oh,
no.
Years
way
ago.
back,
This is
years
the
ago.
semen. This is the semen
Yeah.
show.
Semen
Semen
This is-
covering my
Semen
face
one.
with.
Perfect.
And they're walking down the staircase from the venue.
Yeah.
And she's British. She's like, I don't know what the hell I just saw. and it's like, and then we're like, oh, did you come here by yourself? She's like, no, I was on a date, and it's probably going to be the last one, to be honest.
Oh dang! The dude fumbled.
My comedy's a litmus test.
Dude,
If
fumble,
their
yeah.
relationship can't survive that, then
She's
they've got no
like-
hope.
She's like, I don't know if I will go out with that guy again. He simply did not find any of those hilarious jokes funny.
Mm.
He doesn't have a very good sense of humor about semen.
I mean, but you know, that's Zane, Brain, Tim and Eric.
Where did
Eric
you get
Andre,
it? Yeah, where did you get
random
it? Is that
scattergun
what
stuff.
it is?
Is that where it comes from?
Pretty much just Adult Swim stuff.
Yeah.
That was my refuge from the high schools.
It
Television.
sounds like it. Sounds like it was.
No one got it but me.
Let's go embarrassing stories. What's the most embarrassing story you've had in high school? or cringe moment you can think for yourself, and don't hold back here. This is a place of humility.
No, the
Yes.
first thing I thought of was not in high school, but it's pretty humiliating.
Yeah.
Shitting my pants during a community radio broadcast.
What?
Why did you shit your pants?
I don't think it was intentional. You're not that
It was
much of a
not
menace.
intentional. It was not intentional. I'm going to call them out. Hudson's coffee.
Oh, so
You're blaming the
Hudson's-
coffee. You
Hudson's
can't blame
did
the
it to
coffee
you.
on
Melbourne's
loose
got good
bowels.
coffee. It's that
Yeah.
good.
Oh, you are snobs in Melbourne about coffee.
Yeah.
I know that.
I'm not. I have a Hudson's coffee.
What is Hudson's? Is that like 7-Eleven or something?
It's like some kiosk in like
Oh.
Hudson's is usually pretty good though. It's okay.
Not by Melbourne standards.
This was shh. This caused shit. So yeah, I was doing an
Yeah,
early,
Melbourne's great, but all the coffee there makes you need a shit.
yeah, the early
Potent.
broadcast. Did an early broadcast early in the morning.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I need some wake up juice.
Yep.
Nice.
We're doing it. Student youth radio.
Yeah.
I really need to go bad.
Oh.
I need to go bad. I'm like, oh, just this is still early in the day.
You couldn't
Early
pop a
in
music track on and run?
Yes, but here's the problem.
How are your cheeks looking? Are they clenched together? You trying
They're
to hold this thing
clenching.
in?
It's clenching.
You're clenching already before
The
you're walking
nearby
in.
toilet was closed.
Oh,
So
no.
I had to run all
After
the
hours.
run all the way around the corner to this other toilet, and I didn't make it in time.
Oh,
And then it just
shame.
went, and then I just went, I gotta go home. I gotta go home. I can't come back like this.
No, you definitely can't. I thought you did it and then committed and sat there. That would be
I
Oh,
don't.
so you didn't do to your pants, go in, sit down, and just go,
No,
what's
I
that smell?
immediately just like, I have to go home. There's no way I can come back like this. They're gonna smell it on me.
You should have gone back pantsless.
of course that smell.
They're gonna smell this on me. I try to clean it as much as possible.
Oh, you clean? So you're taking your pants off, you're cleaning your underwear?
Yes, I'm like, what the
Oh.
fuck is this?
How
That's-
much
that's
How
not
much
even
came out?
It's not even embarrassing because no one saw it, right?
He knew.
And now everyone
He had to
else
live with
knows, and that's
himself.
how it's embarrassing.
We talking about a
right.
squirt? Or are we talking about logs? Is there like a log that came out? Or are we
Hey,
talking
if
about
it was a log, that
No-
would be well formed.
That's true. What about just logging in your pants?
It was like a mega squirt gun.
Oh, mega
Of
sweat.
brown.
Oh, so you're spraying
Like
the town red.
High pressure vintage
Spraying the
super
town
soaker.
brown.
That's what we need. We need like a nappy. You need to wear a nappy. You need to just lay a log in there, and you need to. What was the word from before?
What's the spray?
Or day cream.
Oh, day cream.
This is butt cream. That's a completely different cream. That's brown.
You
Yeah.
can't hide the butt creams.
No,
So you
yeah.
sprayed your pants, take them off. How are you taking them off in a public toilet as well?
It
Is
wasn't
like
a public
private?
toilet. This was
Did you drive in? Please tell me you drove
Oh,
no.
Yeah,
This
how'd
was
you get
this
home?
was before I.
in. You
drove
had
around.
to public transport. You were one
Oh,
of
you
those
literally-
guys on public
you were
transport.
doo-doo pants home?
Yeah, at the shit
Oh. And what goes on? Do you
pants.
throw
Someone
those
might
pants?
have noticed.
Do you throw those pants out afterwards?
Yeah, I set it on fire.
You
No,
set-
I had to.
He's wearing them
I'm not
today.
explaining. I'm not ex-
Taking them off since.
That's how I remember. 'Cause I never took them off.
Dang.
Have you got something that can compete with that?
Oh, nothing that can compete with that.
You sprayed your pants.
Nah, I was on a
Front or back?
Your
Uh,
front.
I did like closest thing to like similar to that was I did projectile vomit on a cruise ship once, like all over the foyer and onto some staff.
Also, your mouth spraying.
Yeah, I was like,
Oh.
mouth
And onto
spray.
some staff.
Yeah, some stuff.
And onto some
some
children.
poor Filipino man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
goodness.
it was, yeah. So everyone, cruise ships. It's
Oh,
a, it was a
come
family
on,
holiday.
man.
It's like, it's a hot pot for
Spewing.
bacteria.
So you
Oh,
tried.
yeah.
You tried the Hudson sandwiches.
Yeah, I had a Hudson sandwich.
That's what gets you. The Hudsons. Spider eggs in every product.
Yeah, so yeah, I was just like, and I thought that like I was okay,
Yeah.
but then
What
I
did you
was-
eat? What was the meal that did it to you as well?
Oh, I think it was just some pasta, and then but it was like already brewing, and I was just like, I'll fight through it. I'm gonna be fine.
Oh, dang.
And so I'm like, I'm not fine. I need to get up, and I got up and I started running to the bathroom.
Yeah.
But before I could make it, it just went. Just like-
Oh.
And then I was like, yeah, my brothers and dad were there, so they were like, making fun of me.
What's
Yeah.
worse, mouth spray or batty spray?
Batty spray.
Batty
for
spray is
sure.
worse.
Yeah, 'cause
Anything that comes from the butt.
There was more witnesses with mine, so I did feel more shame.
That's
maybe,
true.
but I don't know. Nah.
You had to
actually,
hold
that's-
yours. You had to take that one home
you-
to yourself.
You had to catch public transport. There was
Yeah.
like probably 50 people that
Yeah,
knew.
who were you sitting? I need to know
No,
about this trip
was
home.
very early in the day.
Yeah.
So I think there wasn't as many people going out of the city.
How life works is your crush, who you knew at high school, is like, you know what, I always loved you. And she sits next to you, and she's like, what's that smell?
Did you
Yeah,
ever
give $1
did you
million
ever
to the next guy
did
that doesn't smell
Sin
shit.
FM ever ask why you left so abruptly?
And that's a secret I've taken with me until today.
Just send them a photo of your drawers afterwards, like the sprayed drawers.
Well, no, I upsetted the higher ups at Sin. That's another story.
What was this? Doo-dooed your pants again?
No, no. Just made jokes about how they're putting on programming called Neo-Nazis Are Good.
Really?
And R. Kelly is a feminist icon.
Who's this?
because they wouldn't put my show on after
Nice.
the next season. I'm like, what are they going to put on instead? An auto DJ? They just put on like an auto DJ.
And what, you're tweeting this, or you're...
I tweeted
Yeah.
once, like, I tweeted something like, this is going to be the last show tonight, everyone. Listen in before I'm replaced with auto DJ. And then Sin higher up just messages me, says, you can't say that. Being on Sin is it's not a right, it's a privilege.
Have you ever been to a strip club?
Oh shit, yeah.
Hell yeah, bro.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah. Have you ever punched someone?
Yeah, oh shit, yeah.
Hell yeah, bro.
When I was 8 years old.
Oh yeah.
How did the strip club's experience go first? I want to get into the punching
Did
as
the
well.
punch happen at the strip club?
No.
You're 8 years old, punching
8
strippers.
years old at the school assembly. There was this kid beside me. I don't even know what he did, but I punched him in the nose and he started bleeding.
Oh.
And I liked it.
Coward.
I liked it, and I
What
started.
a coward.
I liked it, and I started doing it on animals, and then the next
Oh,
thing
no.
leads to another.
Did you find any joy out of the actual punch?
I learned as a man that day, all my problems can go away if I take it out on others with violence.
No, we've actually spoken about that. I feel like every kid has to push and realize the line of like mortality at some point. Like, I think mine was like carrying a knife out to my friend.
What?
Or to try to threaten him?
Not even to threaten him, just to see kind of what would happen. Everyone has this moment. Yours, I think, was...
Well, you see how... I've probably gotten a knife out of my brother before. I probably have.
I think, yeah, you said another one. You just punched a kid out of the blue just to see how it felt, and then it wakes you
Good.
up. And you've definitely got one.
I don't think I do.
Well, it's coming.
Have you been in a
I
fight?
got, yeah, like grade 4 with one of my friends. We like had a punch on, but it was like a non-thing.
Did you land any?
Yeah, but like, didn't mean anything to me ultimately.
But I could have killed him.
Nah.
You're emotionally vulnerable,
Yeah, let's be real.
Damien. You felt real bad, didn't you?
Did I?
You felt bad.
Oh, so long ago. I feel like he was in the wrong.
Yeah, that's how I feel too.
Oh, really? You literally kind of feel bad now thinking back to the punch.
I don't even remember why I did
I
it.
can't even remember why I did it as well. I remember there was like some guy in year 9 that just punched me for no reason.
Dang.
Like, because he was just a dickhead.
A punch for no reason's a bit crazy.
Yeah, I think he was just doing it to like. Oh, I got in a scuffle, not such a fight,
Yeah.
but like, I
Is that some like item of clothing in Melbourne that only Melbourneites know
A
about?
scuffle.
it's
Well, I got
it's
in my
like
scuffle,
it's
I'm
like a
going
turtleneck.
outside. Yes, it's like a turtleneck, plaid turtleneck.
Yeah, and it's what you call it? It's like being distressed. It's
Yeah.
a distressed turtleneck.
Yes.
I like the idea of everyone wearing scuffles and going to Hudson's.
No, it's what you do. It's actually cool to like do to your pants now. We actually go to Hudson's ironically to drink coffee there.
I used expired milk, I'm telling you.
Oh, that would have.
They
Oh, that would have
did
done it.
something. There was something off with that coffee.
Yeah, it's not meant to be chewy.
What if there was another comic that was trying to get that spot on the radio show, and it's like, okay, he's going for that show today. I'm gonna give him a bit of poison.
I don't think there was anything wrong with the coffee. I think you just wanted to shit your pants. and
Oh,
you,
it just wanted to leave.
yeah, and I think
I couldn't hold on to it. I hold as hell as I could.
Couldn't clench anymore.
That coffee wanted to go back to the bowels of hell from whence it came.
yeah,
Yeah, they put some spider eggs, I think, in that Hudson's coffee. I think there's I think the brown was the spider eggs opening up.
yeah.
And what
Brown
about
was spiders.
this strip club experience as well? First time in a strip club.
Oh wait, no, Damien, you're talking
Oh,
about
the
being in a
scuffle.
scuffle.
Oh.
No, this like there was like this long ass line to we were getting camping equipment in like year 9 to go on this camp. Like we were like going on this big hike.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And this guy it was like taking forever because they had to check out each individual item that you're like borrowing. And like I was at the front of the line, and this guy's just like, "Yo, I'm jumping in here," and I'm like, "No fucking way you are." And then I like pushed him out, and he was trying to wrestle me, but like I'm deceptively solid, because I used to be a swimmer, so like I basically just threw him over a table, and
Dang.
he just went to the back of the line.
Goodness.
you want to be at the
gracious.
front? No, you're at the back of the line. How does that
I'm like,
feel?
yeah.
Gosh.
In a camping store.
It was like a like
Kathmandu.
no, it wasn't. Yeah. No, it was like the portable classrooms that schools have. Like it was like a storage
Demountables.
cupboard. That
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
they were just like allocating all the stuff out of.
Yeah, right. Oh, I see.
Like that was it. It was
Were
like
you feared afterwards? Kind of like, okay, we can't mess with this guy. He's like got
he
more.
definitely
he's more
didn't mess
powerful.
with me again.
Really?
Yeah.
But
So that's a lesson. If anyone's ever trying to hurt you, throw them to the back of a line.
yeah,
Goodness
They
gracious.
belong.
but that's it.
Dang. Anything else you want to touch on before
My UFC history.
before we put a ribbon on this puppy?
Speaking of UFC, I got to try this. Prime.
Oh, yeah, the Prime taste
Yes.
test.
Prime time.
Taste test. Let's see how we go. We've got the brand new Prime. I think they call it what flavor does it say? It's like ice pop flavor.
Yeah,
I think.
ice pop.
Can you
Ice
pass me
pop
that
flavour.
Coca-Cola as well,
Yeah,
please,
get
Ross?
that,
All right.
the Prime taste test.
I'm
These
getting-
two fellas,
I'm gonna
you
get
gonna
into
try some of the Prime as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. I'm not gonna try any. I've tried it before. I didn't
Alright.
personally enjoy it, but
You want to have some? Is you finished your order? Yeah. All right.
let's see how we go.
I'm gonna have
Prime
I'm
taste
gonna have the
test.
littlest sip though. I'm only gonna have
You've
like.
got to have a
little taste.
nice amount. I'm very curious of what you all think of it. I'm
All right,
very
how should we do
curious.
this? One at
Prime
a
time.
time, or
All at once.
All at once.
All at once.
Ugh.
Give it a smell, take some time, and then go in for the nice chug.
all right, 3,
2,
two,
1, bam. A good gulp.
tastes like cough syrup.
Yeah.
Tastes like
It tastes
lean.
like Starburst cherry, those chews.
Yes.
It literally tastes like lean with like sucrose.
It tastes like something you would drink to do a cleanse.
Yeah, I'm doing the Prime cleanse.
I'm doing the Logan Paul cleanse.
I'm doing the Logan Paul cleanse. I'm getting ready for my trip to Bali.
I've got to cleanse myself of a personality.
Tastes like that silly
Sponsored by
place where you got
Logan
your
Paul.
coffee from. What was that called again?
Hudson's.
That would have been
That's
a lot of fun.
Hudson's.
There's spider eggs in this.
It tastes like Mother from Hudson's.
If you were funny, you'd literally just go running to the bathroom right now and be like,
Hudson's
I didn't make it. I can't try any
If
of
he's
this. I
real
really-
funny, he just goes
I
on
really
your
don't like
couch
this.
and you
Yeah.
and you have to deal with it.
That's how you leave every single podcast. You just leave them with a mud pie.
You drink a Logan Paul, you'll never day cream ever again. He's a big into no fap, isn't he?
Is he?
Is he?
I'm
He's
gonna
gonna
s- I'm gonna
I
say-
trust
He's
Ross.
probably
Ross's pop
having-
culture knowledge is incredible.
Probably having actual penetrative sex all the time. I can't imagine him needing to.
Have you guys done NoFap?
Nah. What a dumb thing.
You've
I'm
never
gonna-
tried it? Have you tried NoFap?
No, I'm not gonna fucking not fap.
Well,
I'm
like for
gonna
a day?
fap. I'm gonna yeah, like
What
For a
is it?
day.
For a day?
For a day.
What's the longest you've gone without fapping?
I've had to share, I've had to like cohabitate in the same room, so like probably 3 weeks.
Probably like 3 hours.
And you're in a hostel.
they're asleep.
You're in a hostel now. What's the situation with taking yourself to dinner at a hostel?
Yeah.
eating my own pussy.
Yeah,
Call
what do you
that
do?
dining out.
What do you do in that situation?
Yeah, what's the situation in a hostel? You just do like kind of a real silent, just bam.
Nah, man, I'm too focused on performing comedy to think about squirting.
So you're not squirting.
Squirting white.
You're not squirting white when you're
when I'm interstate and I'm at a hostel and I got a performance to do and
It's too
thinking
much
about a
going.
million things.
Is a professional.
I'm a
Yeah.
professional. I squirt on stage. Comedy. I squirt comedy on stage.
Will you get there? Do you think you'll ever let like bodily fluids out on stage?
Yeah, we get it. You're a comic, but have you been jerking off?
Would you let bodily fluids out?
Just
For
surely
real?
just in the shower, like just in the shower.
You'd probably do it in
Real?
the shower.
Yeah,
at the
that's
hostel,
a
I'm
simple
sure.
solution.
Not this time.
Really? How
Oh,
bad?
really?
Are the,
You're
how
on
bad
no
are the
fap at the moment.
showers?
Hmm?
What's wrong with the showers?
Asking for it.
I feel like you're being selective
Finally
about
alive.
what you're trying to say, which makes me think you have been jerking off in the hostel.
No, it's like a 15-minute timer on the lights, and when the lights are
Oh.
off, it's terrible. It's like you gotta like manage your time successfully.
Oh, is this in the shower? They've got a 15-minute time limit.
Yes.
Oh
So it's
no,
like-
it's
Well,
one
you
of
get
them.
the light. You get the light when you're in the shower. Just someone comes.
You
with
get
the
the
floodlight
light.
and
You
say,
get
"Hey,
you get the light.
wrap it up.
You get the light cut off, and there's like no like natural light in there, so it's dark.
Oh,
So
so you're
like,
doing a dark shower.
Like,
It's
where's
What
the
about some
penis go?
menaces?
No, the guy who runs the hostel comes in and he's just waving his phone.
Yeah, I
just
was
like,
gonna- hey,
get out. We know what you're
Quick.
doing.
I'm running the light. I'm running the light. This is good material.
because that's fine to kind of shower in the dark.
Genetic material.
Showering in the
Hell
dark.
yes.
I might try that when I get home. I might try showering in the dark.
Scary. I
Is
can
it?
imagine being
You'll
very
slip and
scary.
kill yourself.
Do you think?
True.
It's just a recipe to slip and kill
no,
yourself.
you're not gonna see what's going on. You're gonna be slippery. You're gonna be looking for where everything is.
Have you guys met Ash Fils-Aimé?
No.
He's a American comic who lives in Melbourne. His grandfather died from slipping in a bath.
Whoa.
Did he have the lights off?
I don't know. I think he had them on, but he's got a few jokes about it.
Slipped in a grandfather. How old was the grandfather?
I don't know. I think it was that old.
Dang it. I would hate that. I would hate to just die by slipping in the bath.
Yeah, because you're naked.
It's so stereotypical.
Yeah.
You'd be naked. Imagine that.
Yeah,
Just
no one
walking
wants
in
to
and
find
seeing
you
that
like
and go,
that.
whoa.
What, and the water's still running? Just like hitting you in the
Oh.
stomach? Like, shh.
That would do a serious injury, I
Yeah.
think.
Dang it.
Then you're in the water for so long, the dead
Get
body
bloat.
just prunes up.
Oh, imagine
Yeah.
the prune fingers you'd have. I'm sure that would feel uncomfortable
Yeah.
after a while.
Mm.
True.
Oh.
Well, on that note,
You're dying in the shower.
dying in the shower. Yeah, we might wrap there, boys.
Yeah.
When are we gonna go to make fun of these Japanese suicide forests? I had the Logan Paul drink. I might as well do as Logan Paul does.
Let's
Go
see.
on.
Have you got,
Yeah,
have you got
go
any,
do
have you
it.
got any material or any beef you want to air out at Logan Paul?
Yeah, challenge him to a fight
He's
right
having
here,
like
right
a fight
now.
or something soon, I think.
Who's
Have
he
you got
fighting
some-
now?
Hey,
I'm
Logan
not
Paul.
really sure. Oh, here we
Who do you think you are, Sean Paul?
go.
He's more talented than you are. He's got good songs. What do you got? Nothing.
Yeah, Sean Paul has Get Busy. Logan Paul has...
A stupid drink.
No,
that-
he's Logan Paul's got songs.
I think he does have songs.
He does have songs. They're
They're bad
they're
songs.
just bad.
They're like internet songs. They're very
Yeah.
straightforward.
But Sean Paul, man, he has bangers.
Oh, he's got some real bangers.
He's got bangers.
Yeah.
Logan Paul, what do you have?
They're not
you
playing.
might have songs.
They're not playing him in the club.
Who do you think will win in a fight? Sean Paul or Logan Paul?
Sean Paul.
Sean Paul has
You
an
got Sean Paul?
entourage to defend
Yeah.
him.
He does have an
They'd,
entourage.
they'd pull out some
He'd
weapons.
be able to
Yeah,
figure
for
something
For
out.
sure. He'd have a bodyguard.
What is the deal with the suicide forest? Is it even a problem? Is it even a problem that he went in there and like made fun of it?
Oh, what
I
did he
don't
do?
think it's a problem at all. I have no problem with it.
What was he doing?
Was he-
Like
he was-
showing
I was like
dead bodies
filming
or something?
You did a vlog and
People's
he went
loved
to
ones who are dead. I think that was.
He
the
was
problem.
showing the bodies and
I think-
kind of like he was doing like what is it, ballroom dancing with the dead bodies. He was
Oh,
like,
sh-
sweating.
No,
was
was
he?
he really?
No, I don't know. That'd be great. If he was.
I'd believe it.
Yeah.
He was like putting their arms on like strings and like made a really intricate like play out
Making
of it.
marionette puppets
Yeah.
out of them.
I have no.
He's just
problem
like
with
trying
it.
to fight. He's just beating them up. Like what? Practice.
He didn't kill him.
Hmm. That's how he got so good at boxing. He just hoists them
He
up.
just goes.
He's
to
like
the-
Rocky,
Just like
in the-
Rocky with the
in the
carcasses.
freezer. Yeah.
That's the deleted footage of the Logan Paul video. It's him boxing.
Come
with
on,
dead
Logan.
bodies.
You're a wrecking machine on those corpses.
hey.
What's literally the problem with it?
Boxing a skeleton.
It's pretty disrespectful.
Yeah, so that
It's
could
a
be
suicide forest.
boxing a
but
skeleton.
I don't know if your family
Sense.
found you, like you'd off yourself. They'd probably have an issue if a YouTuber comes around and films it and starts like, be like, look at this guy.
Look at this dork.
yeah.
Makes him do like the people's eyebrow, like from the rock.
I mean, like, you're not
Quit
going to
punching.
care.
Quit hitting yourself. Just punches his jaw off. I'm not gonna care. No, if it's my family member. Imagine seeing that. Imagine like watching this video. Like, I love Jake Paul, and it's like,
Grandma? Why are you hitting yourself, Grandma?
I don't know what he did. I think it was just showing the bodies. It's a bit intense to
Yeah.
show like a dead body
Oh, it's real intense. They don't do
on
it on
YouTube.
They don't do it on the news.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's,
so
it's rare to see a dead body.
I blame YouTube.
yeah, where are your
for
community
allowing-
standards, YouTube?
I think it was the whole idea. He apologized afterwards, and then that was the thing
problem.
made it a thing. So wait, what are you apologizing for? What'd you do? And then you start looking into it. So, yeah, he was ballroom dancing with dead bodies in a suicide forest. Not a good look.
I heard he was Rocky punching them.
Yeah, he was Rocky punching them. What else could you do that's worse than
Rocky
that?
7. He's gonna beat up a corpse.
You just hear him like, creaming. He's like, oh yeah. Yeah, he's just got his hands behind his head.
Rocky 7. He's gonna dig up Apollo Creed and just beat up his corpse.
Jesus.
And also,
Yeah, 3/4 of the movie's just digging.
Rock, you can't do it. You can't dig anymore.
I got one more fight left in me. We got a few more feet left.
He's gonna dig up that corpse. Beat it.
can't dig up that corpse, Rock.
Adrian. I think I found him.
Now to go have a shower in the dark.
Just what is it? The movie ends. Just just see all the names come down, and it's just him beating up the corpse for the last 5 minutes.
All the outtakes of the corpses and the corpse wranglers just slipping and falling.
Just trying different moves on the corpse, doing like the Hollywood Hulk Hogan.
Shows like the corner.
Someone massaging it in the corner, spraying it.
Shows like the corner of the room. And Adrian's there like, you got it, Rock.
Like an obvious skeleton. Just
And then there's the 11th.
ducking and weaving.
There's the 11th hour when like the skeleton's got me on the ropes. Oh, I'm not
starts
gonna
getting
make
him,
it.
beating him back.
You're the best.
He's wearing me out.
He's training to fight a skeleton, running up the steps.
Imagine just being really so scared of the skeleton that you almost do like a jab and then can't really look
I mean,
at it.
if Rocky ever released a Halloween movie, I would watch it.
Oh, it'd be beautiful.
Like just an animated skeleton.
Yeah.
What about the Rocky
Fighting
Horror
Sylvester
Picture
Stallone.
Show? And it's Rocky.
Oh yeah.
Rocky Balboa horror.
Rocky Balboa Horror Picture Show.
Reckon if Ivan Drago beat up a corpse, he could beat it up so hard it comes back alive. Say, don't do it. And then he's like, if he comes back alive, he comes back alive.
God.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah.
dang.
And we should
That's
wrap
the
there,
movie.
fellas.
That's the movie, right?
That's the movie.
And that's the podcast.
That's the movie. That's the
Yeah.
podcast.
Everyone.
All right. Damien, Ross, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
You got
And-
no more shows for the week. You're just heading back to Melbourne.
We got one last late night party, boys. Do a Legally Mandate Kid show tomorrow night.
Ooh. Hell yes.
Yeah.
Pew pew.
It's sick.
Yeah. Hell
Check out
yeah,
the boys.
fellas. Well, we'll catch you soon. See you guys soon.
Good evening, folks.
Booyah.